Hi, I'm David Lawrence, and I'm going to show you how to make a delicious recipe by Michael Ruhlman of Ruhlman.com.
What I'm going to be talking about today is grilled pulled pork with my own Chipotle barbecue sauce. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's so easy, it's so good. I use it for when I'm entertaining a lot of people. Very cost effective, serves a lot of people, and everybody just loves it.
Michael, I love the idea of a pulled pork recipe. It's definitely a winner for feeding a crowd. So the first step to making Michael's recipe is to put together this sauce, and it couldn't be easier. We're going to start with a can of whole tomatoes, a few Chipotle peppers, and 5 cloves of whole garlic. We're just going to blitz this up and make a really beautiful sauce. So the next step to making the sauce is we're going to sweat some onions. I've got a little bit of oil in a pan. I'm just going to add in my onions and a good pinch of salt. And I like to add the salt right at the beginning to really help the onions release their juice and start sweating right away. Okay, so our onions are nice and translucent and just slightly brown, which is exactly what we want. So now to get on with the sauce, we're going to add in the coriander and the cumin. We're going to add in a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper, and then goes the brown sugar. And then in goes the vinegar, a little bit of red wine vinegar, just to give it some tang in the background. And the final thing that we're going to add is the tomato puree that we made. So this again is the tomatoes, the garlic, and the jalapeno peppers. We're going to bring this to a bubble, just let it simmer down a little bit until it gets nice and thick. So now it's time to prepare our pork. So I've got my pork shoulder seasoned really generously with salt, and I've got a grill pan here, lightly oiled, and just a little bit of smoke coming off of it. So we're going to place this on there, hear that nice sizzle. Perfect. Now the reason that we're grilling this is just to give it a nice crust, a nice sear on the outside, but we're actually going to finish it off in the oven. Now our pork shoulder is seared perfectly. I've put it in a Dutch oven, and now we're going to add half of the sauce. We're going to reserve the other half to mix in with the pulled pork later. And I'm going to put a lid on this and put it into a 225-degree oven for about 6 hours. And when it's done, you're going to have the most delicious tender pork you've ever tasted. The pork is done, and this looks and smells beautiful. It's been in the oven for 6 hours, cooking really low and slow. So I like to shred this with a couple of forks. I just get in there and just gently separate the meat from the bone. Let's get this into the bowl. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this sauce to the pulled pork, and Michael, I gotta say, this sauce is awesome. So the great thing about pulled pork is you can put it on almost anything. You can put it on a bun, you can put it on a tortilla, some bread. I happen to have a really nice sesame seed bun here.
You can serve it any way you want. It goes great. It's great just plain. I mean, you'll see people sticking their fingers in it, tasting, because it's so good. They can't keep their fingers out of it.
Michael, this looks great. We can't wait for you guys to give this recipe a try and let us know what you think. Get more recipes from Michael, along with other top food bloggers, at goodbite.com.